Let's not get a copyright strike.
I used to focus only on hurts. I had many gifts, but I was my own curse. But hold up, wait a minute, stop that. I need to focus on now, not that.
Get your mind right and your money tight.
What's going on, people? This is What We Thinking, and I'm one of your hosts, Influence. And to the right of me, I got Bryson.
Hello.
What up, Bryson?
What up, man?
What's going on with you today?
Man, I just had a Texas toast chicken sandwich from Royal Farms.
Texas toast.
It was all right. I should have splurged.
You said that. You said it like it was the greatest thing in the world. Then you was like, it's all right.
It was good, but I should have splurged, paid the extra $1.89 for bacon.
So got that good bacon?
Yeah.
Whenever there's a choice for bacon, I heard you got to get bacon.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, not for me. I'm a vegetarian, but anybody that eats bacon, if there's a choice for bacon, you got to get bacon. That's what I hear anyway.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it can be too much. I've had it sometimes where it's like, oh, it ain't need the bacon. You know, but
bacon ain't popping.
It would have been good in this instance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch of food today myself. Some pizza, some Jamaican food. Nice Jamaican food. Some peas and rice and some cabbage. Man, what's wrong?
Nah, I want to say something, but I don't know how it'll be taken.
Yeah, don't get us canceled. We just finished watching Sinners again.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. If you haven't seen it, I say go see it or go watch it. It's on streaming now. You do have to buy it. It's not streaming anywhere for free. And I think it's still at the movies too, somewhere, some places. So that's great. You can go to the movies. I would recommend going to the movies, or if you have a theater in your crib, I recommend watching it like that because it's great. The sound, I think the sound more than anything, you need good sound when you're watching it. God bless you. You're welcome.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it more the second watch. I went to the theater to see it the first time, and then I think I enjoyed it more, like you said, because the first time I went to see it, it was just the expectation was so high because everybody was saying how great it was, how great it is, but this time there was no expectation. I saw it already, and I just enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, and it was, I think, and that's not saying that wasn't great. I think it was great. It was a great movie. I really liked it. It's one of the better movies I've seen the last year or so. But I can understand that. I know we talked about it a little bit last pod, but you probably, what I said was, you know, I don't know because I'm not in your head, but you probably was like waiting for something, whatever that was, whatever that something was, that's something that you heard. But it's like a collection. It's like a collection of the movie. And if you're not waiting for that thing, like me, I just went in there open the first time I seen it. This was my second watch. So, this was actually my third and a half, 3.5. This is my third and a half watch. Cause I did watch it. I watched the reaction, person do it, watch the whole thing. And then I joined Ice Cream Convos, Xavier's watch party. Go check her out if you, Ice Cream Convos, check them out. But yeah, she had a watch party and that was pretty dope. I was late to the watch party though, so I caught it. When I went in there, somebody in the chat was like, "You missed the ice cream. You missed. They was teaching you something," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I knew where I was. But I enjoyed the movie. I've enjoyed it every time I've seen it, and it's a great movie. Great movie with a lot of great visuals to me. And you know, I'm into the filmmaking process. Like you could tell it was shot on film and not digital. I like the aspect ratio changes. I know you mentioned it towards the end.
Yeah.
You was like, "Oh, it was dope when." It was cool that you noticed it before it happened, because you must have noticed it in the movie theater. And when you said the aspect change,
when they
were about to
I
fight,
noticed it before, like when I was looking online at all the different stuff, specifically when Ryan Coogler did that video where he was breaking down how it was filmed and the different
Oh, okay.
the different formats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when they showed that part, it just looked so cool to me that it's one of the things that made me go see it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was dope, and I thought the place it was changing throughout the whole movie, but in that particular part, it actually changed like slow. So like it was changing aspects the whole movie, going up and down from the full screen, the full IMAX screen to the to the not the letterbox, but with the bars on the top and the bottom. So yeah, I forget what that aspect is, 2.8 something like that. But yeah, it was just a dope movie. Had a lot of symbolism in it too, I believe. I think it did. It dealt with a lot of things as far as the era, because the era was like Jim Crow in 1932, I think. Yeah. And then it turned out to be a horror movie. No, like I definitely see the similarities of From Dusk Till Dawn. I was telling you that. You're not that familiar with Dusk Till Dawn.
No.
Yeah. I heard people say that he was biting Dusk Till Dawn. It's definitely not that. It definitely doesn't feel like that. And he said he has influences from Quentin Tarantino and from that movie. Dusk Till Dawn was similar. And I said while we was watching it that I wish I knew nothing about the movie when I went in there, because that switch up would have been so crazy. And Dusk Till Dawn, I didn't know anything. I didn't see no previews. Back in the day, I used to just go see movies. I saw it on because I loved movies, and I just used to watch everything. So it's just like how I used to do music, and it made me discover a lot of stuff. So I remember From Dusk Till Dawn came out, and I just saw it, and I think it was the first time I saw George Clooney, and obviously it was the first time I saw Quentin Tarantino, which I didn't know that was him at first. I didn't realize he was the director and was the star. But yeah, like the whole movie, it was brothers. They weren't twins, but they were criminals. The one brother, not that smoking stack, was stupid, and neither of them was dumb. But I think I can't even say dumb. I don't want to say dumb, but the one brother was like off his rocker in Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
And the other one was more sensible. And the other one would like kill people just on a whim. Like if somebody did some crazy stuff, he would kill them. And the other brother's like, "What the fuck is you doing?" Like we trying to get out of here. They were like robbing shit, and they ended up at a bar at the end. And the people seemed all regular. Then all of a sudden, them motherfuckers turned into vampires and started killing everybody. And it turned into like a whole. I never saw a movie like that where the genre switched, because the whole movie was just they had a family, they had them hostage, and they was getting them to take them across country to get it because they were on the run. And it was just a dope concept when I first saw it. And this definitely Sinners definitely remind me of it, but it was definitely different. Yeah, it was cool.
I may have to check that out now, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it again.
Yeah. I wonder if I've seen it somewhat, but don't remember. I don't know.
You might have.
I had to watch it.
It's come on TV a lot of times. Yeah, I don't know. You might have seen it. But yeah, back to Sinners. I know I told you one of my favorite parts at the time when we was talking about it before. I didn't see it, of course. So one of my favorite parts is when they were talking about the music bringing the spirits of the past and the future. I thought that was just dope to me. Everything about it, the way they brought in the present and the future stuff, and well, future to them, it was more present to us. Like the DJ and looked like LL. I thought it was LL at first breakdancing, but it was dressed like LL did in the 80s. I just thought that whole scene was dope, and just the sound, the way the modern music came in, but mixed with still the blues that he was playing, and it just, I thought it was genius. I thought that the direction of that was genius, and just thinking about that, just making a scene like that. I've never seen a scene like that, where in a period piece where they brought in, and it it meshed to me. Like it. I know you said the first time you saw it kind of took you out of the time period.
Yeah.
I thought that was the point to me. Because it still had that time period. It just had meshed everything, even the cultures. I like how, because the Asian friends were there too, so it brought their spirits in as well, and their culture and ancient stuff in their ancient culture, like the geisha. I think that's what it's called. Forgive me if I'm wrong. With the painted face.
That sounds right.
Yeah. That I just think all around that shit was dope. What was some of your standouts? Scenes. I know that one. The girl singing.
Scenes. Oh yeah. I that was my favorite song. The and the stumping.
Yeah. That was a dope ass scene too to me.
Yeah.
And I think it was the score, like the music and how it was set up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what was going on while the song was playing, while they were singing, while she was singing, it was good. That part was good. You know, the end part where Smoke like shoots all the clan members.
Oh yeah. That
was a standout scene to me. Like,
yeah, that's like I think that's my second favorite scene. When he gets ready.
What's your first favorite scene?
The where dude sings and brings Okay. That's my favorite scene in the movie. I just thought I've never seen a scene like that. Like I've never seen anybody do that before. And not from my recollection. I've never seen anybody do that before. I wouldn't even thought of that. Like I wouldn't even thought to do something like that. Like it's one thing to talk about it. Like when he was talking about it, I didn't think that was going to happen. Like I thought they was just going to talk and tell the story about bringing in the past and present spirits, and I had no idea that I was going to see that shit. I was like, "What the hell? Am I watching the same movie?" Like,
so that was a scene of them actually doing what the narrator was saying. Like that was actually happening.
Yeah.
The preacher boy was singing, and then he was tapping into like the future and the past.
Yeah. He was tapping into the spirit, of his people, and that's what brought the vampires. The same thing, because he
wants to do.
He crossed the veil.
Yeah,
and that's what the narrators are saying. Like he crossed the veil.
Yeah,
and that's what brought the evil, because it can bring the evil too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I like all the cultural stuff. I love that Annie was so smart. I do not know that actor's real name.
Here, you give it a shot.
Why? Oh, the name? Yeah. Yeah.
Woni Masaku?
Wonmi? Yeah, she's Nigerian British, so you was right. I've never heard her British accent. That's wild. Wami Masaku.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it looks like. I hope I ain't butchered that. Sorry, I never knew her real name, but everything she's in, she's phenomenal, and this is no different. Like she's a really great actor for one, and for two, I love the genre stuff that she's been in a lot of genre, like Lovecraft Country, which was some supernatural stuff.
Looks like she was in Deadpool and Wolverine too.
Yes, she was in TVA, so she was in Loki.
Oh,
she was a TVA head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was the head of TVA. So she was in Loki. She was in Deadpool and Wolverine, and she played. That her part was great. I think in Deadpool and Wolverine, she was the director. She became the director of the TVA. I guess after the events of Loki season 1 and 2, or maybe that was right after season 1. No, season 2 might have been out too. I can't remember when it came out, but yeah. Anyway, she's phenomenal. Everybody in the movie did great, and I think Michael B. Jordan is probably one of the best dual roles I've ever seen.
Man, best dual roles since Van Damme and Double Impact. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yo, I forgot about that movie. Damn.
But that was a pretty good job, though, I think.
That was a dual role, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I forgot all about that movie. Yeah, no, Double Impact. I remember that being my shit, but I was like 8, so I don't know. I don't know.
I'm like, yo,
I might have been older.
when
than
his
that.
hair is slicked back, he's the one brother, and he's like more mean and stuff and aggressive.
Yeah.
But when it's not, he like that was good too. I think that was a good portrayal. You know,
That's funny.
cause like but to get back to Sinners,
But Michael B. Jordan's, I think, not only it. I'm just not even talking about the acting, like just how they did the direction in the effects, if they had any effects. I don't know what type of effects. I mean, they had to have some type of editing effect, where they combine it together.
Right. Yeah.
But that even seems seamless because most of the time when people do dual roles, they're never in the frame like up back to back against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's they're close,
Mm-hmm.
so they can split that line and then put them together. But they had scenes where they were like standing. I don't know if y'all can see, like they were standing like this, where it was like, they were overlapping each other, and it seemed like them. It didn't seem like they CGI'd a face on a fake person that had the same body. I don't know. They might just put in that extra work, that extra CGI, maybe a couple scenes. But I don't know. I don't know. I would have to ask Ryan Coogler. Let me get an interview.
And on the second watch, like I noticed some things. Like I can tell Smoke just how he talks and different. I can tell him who it is depending on how they talk. I noticed they behave differently.
Yeah.
And, they just move differently. They're different.
And that's established from the very beginning to me. And I think
what's also good is they're similar at the same time.
Yeah, because they're twins. Like they they grown up around each other their whole life, and close. So they're going to have similarities. But I think that was great, a great thing. And from the beginning, they had that where you could tell, like when they just showed who was first, Smoke. See, I don't even know. Was Smoke it was Smoke. Yeah, it was Smoke. Because his hand was jacked up. And I think that's why they established that. I just started thinking about it. I was wondering why he had the shaking, or maybe they did that to kind of separate them because he was the one that did everything. Like he was the older brother. I don't know how old, but I heard often twins look at themselves like
first.
that. Yeah, he came out first. 2 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it was. He was considered his older brother, and I've seen twins say that. Like I know twins, and I don't have personal experience because I'm not a twin, but I've seen some twins say that, like I'm older than him or he's older than me, and they kind of want their own individuality, so they use that. And Smoke seemed to be the one that handled the business. Like he killed his dad to protect his brother. He seems like he protected him his whole life because he did feel like the big brother. So, and maybe that's why maybe he just had more fight. Maybe he had more fights. Maybe he had more action growing up, and that's why his hands were shaking. But that established in the beginning, like they're different. I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? They're different mannerisms, I guess. Yeah, mannerisms.
You know what I just thought of? Because Ryan Coogler said there will not be a sequel.
Yeah.
But I would like, now we talking about this, I would like to see a prequel of how they actually
that would be dope.
Yeah.
And maybe he's thinking about that. Maybe because he said a sequel. Like, this ain't a sequel, it's a big prequel. That would be dope. That would be dope. To see how they came up and maybe how they went through the war. Because they went to war and then they worked for Al Capone in Chicago. Yeah. Like, that's a story in itself. And maybe he was like, it could be. Maybe he put that backstory into them, and maybe one day it will be.
Like, even for me, like, they look the same. So what made the dad beat on Stack more so than
it could Could be his personality is different. Yeah, his personality might have been a little weaker, and he knew that because they said his dad was evil. Like they used evil. You know, you can be a bad person, but when somebody calls you evil, like that's another level. You know, that's on some other shit. So maybe his dad sensed that Smoke might do something. You know, he might be trouble if I start beating him. So I'm gonna take it out on Stack. But Smoke still wasn't having it. So
that would be a cool movie.
Yeah, I think that would be dope. That I ain't even think about that. But there's enough there. There's more than enough there to make a whole movie.
And then like you end it with them coming back.
Like we going back home or something. Yeah.
You show them
driving in or something. Oh yeah. To maybe packing up, like stealing the liquor and all that and packing it up. And getting it going. Yeah, that would be dope. That's dope because I didn't even think about that. I was just so bent on having another one. I'm like, I wish there was a sequel. I mean, I don't know what it would be.
Yeah.
They could do a sequel where they're coming after, because there got to be more vampires out there but there's no vampires that know them.
I think it would kind of lose some things if a sequel.
Yeah, if they made a sequel, I think it wouldn't have the impact.
Yeah,
because of what it would be. Because I think it would have to go too far out because everybody that knew them is dead. Like all the vampires that know what happened that night is dead. So yeah, well, not all of them. That could be if they did a sequel like that where they could even do a sequel showing Stack and his girl what happened and from there to when they meet up with Sammy at the end.
Yeah, but I think the original movie has so much involved in it, like the music and everything, that probably wouldn't translate to sequels.
Yeah. I think your idea would be the best.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be the best idea because you could still have like great music from the time periods that they go through. And because I think that was half the greatness. I love movies that use music like that. And it's not really a musical, but they incorporate music heavy into the story. Like I love when movies do that. And when it's good music, when it's proper, when it fits. Yeah, that shit is dope. So yeah, your idea, I want that now. Like I'm like, damn, I wish he makes that shit. Or I hope he makes that shit, I should say. Ryan, I wonder if you're the first person to think that. Probably not, but still.
And then that way you could still show all of the characters, like except for the vampire, for Ramek.
Yeah, Ramek.
You can show all of the characters.
You can actually show Ramek too. If you wanted to flash and show maybe how he became, because I believe he's old. Like I believe he was an old vampire. He's been around for a long time. And
now I'm wondering, like, because either you would show two separate stories in one movie, or that could be a whole different movie.
That could too, yeah. That could be like the third one or something. Yeah. Who knows? It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot there though. Like it's a lot of meat.
Yeah, it is.
Shoot, I would like to see, because this ain't the first day they was back. You know, I might like to see a movie like what's going on, what they were doing, like when they got back.
No, I think that was the first day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I think they just got back.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy all that happened. I didn't realize
that. All that happened in one day. And dude was like, that was the best day of his life before, best and worst day of his life, which I'm sure is a lot of,
like I caught more
maybe
things.
Everybody.
I caught more things on the second watch, like him saying like at least once a week he wake up paralyzed. Think about that night. Yeah, that's wild. You gotta have some trauma. Yeah.
You gotta have some trauma. And he probably couldn't unpack it. He probably ain't go to therapy for it.
Like a vampire. Like that scene at the end. The vampire is right there about to kill you. Like.
Yeah. And like I said, he probably couldn't go to therapy, or he probably wouldn't want to because he wouldn't want to say that.
Right, yeah.
Because who's gonna believe him?
Yeah.
unless they had, unless they had experiences with it. But who's gonna take that chance? 'Cause he might be like, oh yeah, we gotta commit him.
Yeah.
We gotta get him committed.
Yeah.
Then his career is over. Like like who wants to do that? Who wants to be the crazy person?
He could have made a cool song out of it though.
He might have. You don't know his old catalog.
Right.
He might have talked about it a few times. He did the blues too. Motherfuckers probably could thought he was talking about something else. Just like the Pick the Robin Clean song.
Yeah.
Like whoever wrote that probably was talking about something totally different. But when Vampire's singing that shit, you like, this is crazy.
Right.
This is some crazy shit. I'll pick poor Robin Clean. You hate her all the way? Like, yo. Yeah. That's dope. And I think everybody in there did their thing. Delroy,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he gets enough flowers. I know people give him his flowers though, but I don't think he gets enough. He's been in a lot of great shit, and he's always good in it.
Yeah, I think one of his standout roles for me was in Malcolm X. You know.
Yeah.
When Red first came.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I mean, I remember him being in it, but
when Red, he started. I guess Red came to town. I guess that New York. He came to. Yeah. So Delroy Lindo's character was like the man, like running numbers and stuff, and then like so.
I do remember that.
Then Red started working, but Delroy Lindo's character kept telling him stop writing stuff down. Remember?
Yeah. I do remember that.
And so, what happened? I think Red said he played a number, which I think he was lying. Now that I think he was lying. He said he played a number and he won. And Delroy Lindo's character was like, I remember. I'm gonna double check it. You better be right, like because he gave him the money because he accused him. I guess not giving him his money, or how you say, maybe welching on the bet.
Yeah.
So he gave him his money, but he was like, "You better be right." But yeah, he was lying, and I think he was lying or he had got it wrong somehow. But I think he was lying because he knew. He looked worried right after that. His character Delroy Lindo came to kill Red.
Oh yeah,
when Red got away.
Yeah,
and then years later, you remember that? Years later, I think.
Man, I ain't seen that movie in so long.
But years later, Delroy Lindo's character was like he had some health problems, and Malcolm X came to see him, and like it was like Malcolm X, he was a new person.
Yeah,
and it was like and I think Delroy Lindo, his character I don't know if he went to apologize or bring up the past or something, but Malcolm X was just like, I hadn't even thought about that in years. He didn't even remember what their beef was over.
Yeah, that's what happens too. That's real. Some people, I mean, once you change, like that shit, you put that out of you, you know what I mean? And he probably remember, I mean, he had good memory anyway, but
yeah,
he probably remember because he was still, he still probably was in life trying to figure that shit out.
But I mean, his condition at that point, he couldn't do nothing about it. Like, I think Malcolm, even if he was in great health, I think Malcolm X still would have went to see him. Yeah,
because he probably wasn't even thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't even thinking he even was worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was something to see him go from working with Denzel to now still in this movie, and he looked damn near the same.
Yeah, he do look the same. Kate Bishop, she. I keep calling her Kate Bishop.
That's I was like, because I'm like, I don't think that's her real name.
No, that's not her real name. I keep calling her Kate Bishop because she was Kate Bishop. She's new Hawkeye. Like, she's in Marvel. She's gonna be the new Hawkeye. She's gonna be in Young Avengers. and with Miss Marvel, and well, they have a bunch of them now, but yeah, she did her thing. She's always been nice acting. I was surprised when I first saw her a long time ago, but everything she's in, she does a great job.
Their Miles Canton.
Oh yeah, Miles Canton, man. He is a kid right there.
I think he comes from a musical family. I think his family.
I know when I heard him start singing, I was like, oh, he must sing for real. Like,
oh yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
Well, me neither.
Like, that was the first time I ever seen him.
But I think his family.
That I know I've seen him.
I think his family is known.
Oh, okay.
And then we got Omar Benson Miller. This guy.
Oh yeah, my dude. That's the dude I said in 8 Mile. When I seen him in 8 Mile,
yeah.
I wasn't sure how his career was going to go. Even though I seen him, I think I seen him in other stuff before 8 Mile.
I think I seen him before that.
Yeah, I think I seen him before, but that was like the one role where I seen him. Like I seen a lot of him.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know. I judge people not by anything, any metrics or anything. I just will see an actor and be like, I don't know what they're doing. Even if they're great, like some actors that you see and you're like, oh, they gone. But it's just actors. You see so many actors. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know if I'll see him again or if he'll be a star. But I've seen him in a lot of stuff after that. And this movie did great. And he's always been good. He's always been good and stuff. So I'm glad he's getting some notoriety. Even though he may have got notoriety before now. But I see people talking about him.
Yeah, he was in Ballers.
Yeah.
He was good in that.
I didn't watch all of that. I watched some of it.
Yeah, I ain't watched all of it. Like, I watched the first 3 or 4 seasons, but
damn, there's more than 4 seasons. That's probably why I ain't watch it. Probably because I saw how many seasons it was.
5 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get overwhelmed if I see a show like I missed the show and it's like 5, 6 seasons. I'm like, I ain't starting that.
Looks like he was in Get Rich or Die Trying too.
Yeah, he was in Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah, he did great in that too. He was good in that. The other people I didn't really know, like the Asian couple, they did a great job though. I didn't know none of the other actors, like I guess kind of the extras. They had roles, speaking roles or whatever, but I didn't really know them.
Shoot, speaking of, you say you had that feeling when you saw somebody. Not that I thought he wasn't going to be successful, but I remember seeing Michael B. Jordan years ago in this one movie, and I liked the movie, but it's like I guess I wasn't really familiar with him. I thought I had seen him before, but he looked like Pharrell to me, like in this movie. And I was like, who is this dude that looked like Pharrell? But it's called Chronicle.
Oh yeah, Chronicle is dope.
Yeah,
like that's like a cult classic now. Like yeah, Chronicle was dope. That's one of my favorite superhero movies.
But I didn't foresee him becoming a star to the level that he's at now, you know?
I did when I saw him in Fruitville Station.
Okay.
Like when I saw him in Fruitville Station, I was like, yeah, this kid got it. And I mean, it was an emotional story, a true story. So that's just and what he brought to it and the emotion he brought to it. Even though it was a sad ass movie, like that's one of the movies I don't never want to watch again. Like,
oh yeah,
you seen Fruitville Station?
Yeah, I saw Fruitville Station.
Yeah, like
Fruitville
that's one of the movies where I'm like, one viewing is enough. Like I don't want to see that shit again.
Yeah,
especially because it was true. But
what happened?
But I think he did a great job in that.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I think me personally, I think I would watch it again to just watch everything that led up to the end.
Maybe, and maybe I would watch it just because I seen it so long ago. That's the only reason, like just to have new lenses. Because as you get older, you look at it differently. You look at different stuff, but I think
it is crazy. Like it's crazy. Like the situation how it's portrayed in the movie is how it actually happened.
Yeah,
So it looked like it just was an accident.
kind of. Yeah, but there was no accountability for that, and that's the thing. Like, all these are accidents. Like they always say it's an accident.
So the officer wasn't charged.
I forget what exactly happened, but I know at the time I don't think he was charged. He might have been put on administrative leave or whatever. But yeah, like there's no accountability. Like there's never is hardly. So I think that's the thing. Like it don't matter. I think the takeaway is it don't matter if it's an accident or not. It don't matter if you meant to do it. You're an officer of the law. You should be held to way higher standards than anybody else. You shouldn't have accidents like that. Killing somebody like when when your life ain't really in danger. So, and
I think the heartbreaking part of that was like, well, just the one that it really hit you is when he like, I got a daughter. Like,
yeah. Like he got a family.
That's like he realizing. Kid. It's crazy. Like he realizing like what happened. Like he's like he's about to die. And like, yo, you just shot me. I got a daughter. Yeah, we went on
a tangent as we normally do. You know how it go. It's cool. That's why it's called What We Thinking. Cause sometimes we be thinking a whole bunch of shit. So, it just come out our mouths.
Oh, that's that guy.
Saul Williams.
He looks different.
I knew it was Saul Williams as soon as I seen him. Cause I was like, Saul Williams is in this? Cause he's like my favorite poet. Like one of my favorite poets ever. And he was like the first person I seen do like slam, like poetry slams.
Yeah.
And like really passionate poetry where he on stage like almost like it was rapping. He did rap for a little while. Like he had an album with some type of rapping. It was kind of like poetry over music.
Yeah.
But it was almost like rapping to me. I mean, he has a few albums, but yeah, Saul Williams. And as soon as I seen him, I was like, oh, Saul
he looks
Williams.
different though, right?
I mean, he's older, but he don't look different to me.
Wow. He really.
As soon as I saw him, I thought it was Saul. Like I knew it was Saul Williams.
Yeah.
Like the first time I saw the movie, I was like, oh, that's Saul Williams. I was like, I didn't know he was in here.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize. He played that part good. I just seen him as Preacher Boy's dad.
Preacher Boy's dad. Nah. As soon as I seen the opening scene, when I first watched it, I said that. I was like, oh man. I know he's on Def Poetry Jam a lot. He was on, he has his own show. He had his own little thing. I got his albums. Like I said, he was one of my favorite poets in this age. Like just talking about the direction and the way it was filmed. I know you're not too into it, even though you look at it and say, oh, that's dope. You can recognize like what things, but I like actually, I know on one of my watches, I was just like looking at that shit, like the long shots, the long single shots. I don't know how people don't understand how hard some of those shots are to get and to do and to not fuck up, because it's one, for one, it's one long shot. So how hard it is to do this without fucking up, because you fuck up, you gotta retake the whole fucking shot. That's why a lot of people don't do it, because you gotta, but that one shot where he leaves where homegirl leaves and goes over to get her mom, and then just like without a beat, her mom comes around and then goes back over. Like that shit is so dope. But it's a lot of long shots in this movie, and no cuts. And that stuff is difficult to film. You gotta be a consummate professional, acting, directing, like all that. It takes a lot to do stuff like that, because like I said, a lot of people, I'm sure, acting, it's kind of like doing music. How who said it? Oh, Andre 3000 was talking about it, where he was like, these kids these days, like they'll go in the booth, they'll do 3 lines. Like he was talking about it more positively about it. Like, he was like, they'll go in there, do 3 lines, then come out and think about some more stuff, go in there, do 3 more lines. He's like, that's crazy to me. He said it's dope, but we had to just go through the whole, like we did a whole song. Like I would do the whole song, that, the hook, second verse, the hook, like all in one take. And that is hard to do. That's why people don't do it a lot, because it's hard to do. And it's similar in movies. It may be I mean, it's 2 different genres, but you got a lot of moving parts in movies, so it might be even harder to do long single shots like that than to do a song in one take. That's
I know me, like me, I guess me and not so much into it. Unless I didn't hear Spike Lee talk about that long shot, I don't know if I would have noticed it. And my favorite, I got maybe 2 favorite shots in this movie that I can think of, and they just stand out. And I think my favorite is the one where the aspect ratio changes.
Yeah.
I think that's when right before the vampires come into the shack. And then the other one is when we first see the Ramek, when he it looks like he jumps off of something onto the ground.
Yeah. That's a dope shot. Yeah, that's a dope shot. And that's a testament to how dope it is, because you don't really notice shit like that, and you noticed it. But I think one of my favorite shots, I love that shot. It's just so many in there, but I think one of my favorite shots is when Smoke and Sammy at the end after they kill and the sun's coming up. Like that shit is just like immaculate, just the way it looks, like the sun coming up and all the vampires on fire and them in the water, like, and the sun coming all the way up, and then the scene gets like bright as hell. Like that had to be hell to shoot, for one. I'm assuming they shot a real sunrise, and that right there for a camera guy, like it's not just the direction, it's not just Ryan, it's whoever was on the camera, whoever was doing all of that stuff. Like he had to have a fucking crazy team. He had to have the Chicago Bulls of teams to film this movie, and just crazy
Yeah,
shit.
I think he works with some of the people that he worked with in the past. They've done great stuff in the past.
Yeah,
so.
You can see some of these shots. Some of the same shots are in like Black Panther 2. Like not same, but they're kind of they kind of get them the same way, and you can kind of tell. You can tell. I mean, both those, all his movies are beautiful. I just think he loves that shit. Like he's I think anybody that does that has to love it, for one. Like most directors have to love it, because it's not an easy thing to do. People think it is, but it's not an easy thing to do. But I think as an artist, like that's art. I think people think it's just telling people what to do, but that's art.
It would be so cool to me. Like I seen some pictures of him or a video of him behind the scenes, just like looking like just like in like his hip hop gear, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like he want to dress.
Black dude, like, like whatever, and this is what I do, and I do it well. Yeah, this is what it is.
And he's like, I saw this one video, and he's got his like gear on, and it's just casual, but he's directing the scene where they're dressed like, for the scene, or they might be in the period piece, and just seeing him directing, being in charge, like I like that.
Yeah,
I like that when you see him and the way he talks, and he's just authentic, and
he's from Oakland, like he from the hood, and I don't think he changes himself for anything. He don't have to, like, and he shouldn't have to. Should nobody have to? But I know what you mean. Like you kind of see yourself in him. I do anyway. Like I when I see him, I see myself in him, and just to see the accomplishments that he does, and it's dope. It's dope.
I just like that whenever I see it. Like when I see somebody just they're just genuine. And I've seen him in different interviews, and there's some interviews where he looks more comfortable, and other interviews like not that he's uncomfortable, but he's more.
He don't like that shit. Like I don't think he likes interviews and stuff like that. No, I don't think, and that's why. I mean, just like you said, like sometimes he may feel uncomfortable, and it may come across, but he's comfortable behind that camera. Like he's comfortable doing that shit, like doing what he do.
I mean, I think like I've seen him in different interviews with like different people, and I've seen him like way comfortable, like when he was interviewing Michael B. Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan was interviewing him.
Well, yeah,
and then I've seen him in like in another interview where he's very professional.
Yeah,
he's the same, but he's very professional, and you know he handles himself very well. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and that's not to say, you know, saying he's not comfortable don't mean he's not confident. He just don't like some of that aspect of it. I don't think. I think he said that like he's not, like that's not his thing. Like being in front of the camera.
Okay.
Like that's not his thing. I think with Michael B. Jordan, like that's his boy. Like that's been his boy. So
yeah, he's Ryan Coogler. He's interesting. Like he used to be a football player, and I don't know. I think when I see him, I don't know. I had to look it up, but he may not be that short. Like to me, when I see him, I think he's short, but he actually may not be that short.
yeah, I don't know. I don't. I can never judge anybody when I see him because usually they're sitting down. But
he used to look different. He had braids.
He cut his braids off.
Yeah, he don't have braids.
Oh, I ain't know that. I ain't know he cut his braids. Damn, when was the last time? I probably ain't seen him. I seen him in that documentary.
Oh wait, no. I'm tripping. I think he has braids now. When he was younger, I think his hair was longer. If I'm not mistaken, am I mistaken?
I don't know. He always had braids. Well, not always. I don't know.
You know what I'm thinking of? He used to not have braids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always see him with braids, so I didn't never see him back in the, before. I don't think I've seen him a lot when he didn't have braids. I think I'm seeing him more in front of the camera now. So maybe that's why.
He was like he was doing so much.
Yeah.
I don't know if I seen a director like do that much press.
I didn't look at anything because I didn't want anything spoiled. But I did look at some of that documentary.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, like how it's filmed.
Okay.
Because they had said in the beginning that they weren't going to spoil anything.
Yeah.
So it was just going to be talking about the process. So I did watch that. But I'm going to go back and watch some of the other stuff. Because I like, and I'm hoping he did more stuff now. I'm hoping he's letting like some of the stuff, I guess some of the secrets, I guess, like how he films certain stuff. Because I'm interested in that. Like I'm interested in his mind of like why he shot certain stuff, certain ways, and things like that. I'm hoping to see some more interviews.
I was watching something where he was like describing how he came up, and like it was interesting. It was a cool story of like he was playing football, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
And then he had another interest in filmmaking, and he just went for it. He went to filmmaking school. I think somebody saw a film that he actually did in school, and I think that led to him, like maybe, led to some of his success and some of, some of his earlier stuff, or maybe his first that we know of. Cause he was like, he was like the stuff he did in school, like, y'all never see that, but
yeah, he probably like, this is trash. He's probably thinking it's probably good though. Like, you're your own worst critic. So it's funny because I always like people like that. It just goes to show like you can do whatever, if you really want to, you really want to put that time and effort in. It reminds me of Ken Jeong. The Asian guy, like he was a doctor, and he just came home one day and talked to his wife and was like, "I'm gonna be an actor," And his wife was supportive and was like, fuck it, be an actor then. Like, whatever. And he quit his job. Like, he quit his job and just went to get acting classes, I guess, and tried to start auditioning for shit. And now I be seeing him courtside at the basketball games, like, and everybody knows him, you know, and he's funny as hell. And he was older. I mean, look at Morgan Freeman. Like, Morgan Freeman was older when he got, like, some of his... I mean, he was in stuff when he was a little younger, but when he started blowing up, he was older. That's why everybody makes the joke, like, he been old forever. Like, no, you just started seeing him when he was older. Like, he was putting in that work, but, yeah, like, age, time...
I got a question.
What's that?
Did he really slap that lady in that clip from that older movie where Christopher Reeves was standing right there, and he's like, "Shut up, bitch."
I don't know.
Did he really slap her, or did they just made it look that good?
Yo, that's hilarious, because I remember that shit. Yo, I don't know. He was a pimp or something, right? He was like, "Shut up, bitch." Yo, that's wild. Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, I hope they just made it look real good.
They might have, but you see, dude, they said, look, we getting on tangents, but it's cool. That's what we do. Damn, Seth Rogen was saying in that one movie where dude touched Rihanna's ass and Rihanna slapped the shit out of him. I forget that dude's name. He's in all them type of movies.
Yeah.
And he said that was real. He was like, because he asked Rihanna, he was like, "Can I touch your ass for real?"
Yeah.
And she said, "If I could slap you for real." He was like, "All right, fuck it." And he was like, and she turned around. He said she slapped the shit out of him, and we kept it. See, like, we kept that take. That was the take.
He was willing to make that exchange.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm cool with that." Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That was wild. Cause that shit, you can tell that shit is real when you watch that movie.
Might enjoy both things.
Listen, he might have been like,
I didn't feel like he would have a career after that, or he would be this like big star, because he just looked like a regular dude. Like,
he looked like he just was like whatever.
But there's something about that, because even though he looked like that, I liked that. There was something comfortable.
Yeah, it was
about
appeal. It was appeal of it. Yeah. Most of his movies, he seems like he plays himself. Like when you see him in interviews, he seems like the same person that he plays in the movies. Like, so, yeah, that's, man. Yeah, it's wild how stuff happens like that.
But Ryan Coogler, like, I think he was saying, like, how he was, his competitiveness and work ethic and in sports. He just put
that
towards filmmaking.
True.
And, like, he looks at, like, if I'm correct, he looks at, like, everybody as a team that he's working with, you know?
And I could see that. And I've heard people that worked with him say that. Like everybody always has everything great to say about him. You know, I'm not saying people got they qualities or they bad days. Everybody does. But he seems like to be all around, and from what everybody says that works with him, he's that person that you see. You know, so that's dope shit, because those people need those type of people ain't always rewarded. Just because you're like that, you're not always, you know, it doesn't mean you're gonna always have shit come out in your favor. But it's cool when you see people like that and they winning, they getting their flowers while they can still smell them.
You think about it, you look at these movies, Fruitvale Station, Creed, all the Creed movies, the Black Panther movies, now Sinners, and like he's behind it all. You know?
Yeah. And the fact that in these movies, because Sinners, the thing that people don't realize, for one, it's I think one of the highest grossing movies ever, original movies. And the fact that it is an original movie, like it's an original script. Like, people are always complaining, "Oh, it's too many superheroes. Oh, there's too many of this. Oh, it's too many remakes." He had 100% original movie. Yeah, he took inspiration from some other stuff, and he said that, like, everybody takes I can't say
your name.
My name, influence. Yeah. Everybody takes influences from different things in their life that they like. So that's no different than anybody. But this is like an original movie, and I just think that's one of the reasons why it got so much fanfare too, because people are kind of like superhero fatigued. That's the number one genre, action fatigue. Like, even though this had action in it, it just had a lot of other layers. Like, it had a lot of other things going on. And what's funny is, I'm always like, I don't want to see no movie set in this time period. I don't want to see no. And I was great with this movie, and I'll watch it again. Like, I'll watch it over. Like, it just, even though it had some aspects of that time period, some racism stuff, some of that shit that I don't really want to see. But the way they did it, like the way they showed black people, for one, the strength they showed in black people, the positives of, I guess, that time when everybody had to almost be separated, so they kind of banded together, and it I don't know, it's just, this is a great movie. Go see it if you haven't seen it. Go see it again.
I know I was saying I'm not so much into horror movies, so I was thinking before maybe that's why I wasn't into it as much as it seemed like everybody else was. But this time I didn't mind the horror element so much when I watched it again. Shoot, this is different compared to because I went and seen Final Destination Bloodlines with my nephew.
Did you? Oh yeah.
You know what's funny though? It wasn't a bad experience. It was like a popcorn movie. Like, yeah,
that's what they all were.
I don't know if they changed the way.
Have you seen? You watched the other ones?
I think I've seen some of them, but I don't know if it's me or if they changed the way the CGI or whatever effects they use. But like, the killings weren't that much to me. Like, yeah, I jumped a lot in the movie, and but what I liked is at the beginning of the movie, when people started dying and stuff, I started laughing. Like, it was funny.
But
a little bit.
That's kind of what it's always been. I mean, the first one was like more serious, but then the stuff that was happening, you know, is serious and it's scary, but at the same time, it does have an element of comedy a little bit, and I think that's why the Scream movies were made, because they were parodies of those type of movies, but those type of movies always had elements of comedy in it, even though it was horror movies. Like, except like the number ones of most of the horror movies were like serious, but I think they just started changing. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, like that shit scared the shit out of me. But then it just started like Freddy's like, I'm here, like, you know, like shit is just funny. And even stuff that wasn't supposed to be funny. Even at the end of the first one, when the funniest shit in the world ever, when you seen Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, when he snatched homegirl through the window, but it was like a stiff mannequin, and it was like it looked like a stiff mannequin where she just was like just got pushed in. Yo, that shit was so fucking funny. It was scary, but it was so funny, and at the same time, they could have had a more flimsy mannequin. They could have made it look.
But when you first saw it, did you get that, or was it after years?
No, I got it when I first saw it. Because,
like
and I think, and I think it's supposed to be that way because it's a dream. You know how your dreams are weird, like, you know, so he's like in the dream world, kind of, and even though it's supposed to be in the real world, he's in the real world, kind of, but you never know. You never know if you're dreaming or you're awake. So that's kind of how the movie is. So I think they put stuff like that on purpose. Because they could have used a better mannequin. It could have looked better than what it looked like.
Yeah, that Final Destination Bloodlines, it wasn't bad. Like, I think if I would, I'm not gonna be into a more serious, like, blood, guts, and gore, scary horror. Like,
yeah, I don't like slasher movies that much.
Yeah,
like I try to watch Terrifier, and I turn that shit off after like 10 minutes. Because it's like violence porn. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and some people like that. And, you know, that's your preference. But I just don't want I don't know. I be feeling weird. Like that shit be. I be like, oh, I don't want this in my spirit. Like,
Right?
That's
Exactly.
how I be feeling. Like,
At least like Final Destination Bloodlines, there was a story to it. It made me think somewhat.
yeah.
You know,
I'm cool
it
with
was
that.
Entertaining. It was a thriller.
Yeah, I'm cool with horror movies like that. Even this, like, I'm not the biggest horror movie fan either. But I will watch them. But it just can't be just bloody and wild for the sake of being bloody and wild.
There was a story to it. Like the Ramek, he was like his pitch was kind of interesting to me, but you could tell there was some evil to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it wasn't just killing. It was like he kind of had like a purpose or something he was trying to do.
And actually, like you said while we was watching the movie, he was kind of right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was kind of right.
Yeah,
when he was
right.
saying, you know, the time we living in now, like they're not letting you have your own shit.
Yeah.
They're not letting you build your own community.
Yeah.
Like these motherfuckers, they want to come tear it down. They want to come burn it. They want to come kill you.
Yeah.
But if you let me turn you into a vampire, you'll live forever, and we can all fellowship, and we can protect. You know, we're not dying. We'll never die. So we can all have a community and fellowship together and protect each other. Like that's, and he was kind of right. Now you want to lose your soul and be evil because it is evil. Like you are evil. You got to kill people or kill them to transition to being a vampire. But yeah, I think he had a purpose.
Yeah, I think his pitch was interesting and tempting, but
Definitely
I don't know
tempting.
if I trusted him though.
Definitely tempted
because when he threatened to go pay the couple's daughter a visit, or when he started talking sexual to the wife. And,
because he's evil.
Yeah,
like in the end, he's still evil.
Yeah, I think it's more like it. The pitch, although it may be true that he's given, is that he's giving it because it's righteous and he wants better for the people, or are there selfish reasons?
Yeah,
he's saying that. You know?
True. Yeah, and I think it's the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie.
Good movie. Great movie.
I'm gonna watch it again. I want to watch it with my mom because I don't think she's seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Is she all right with the horror movie stuff?
Yeah,
does
I think
she know?
She'll be all right. And
does she know about it?
Huh?
Does she know about it? Like, does she know what it is?
I don't know.
I wouldn't tell her. Like, I mean, she might enjoy it more.
And in the horror movies, it's not that crazy in this movie.
No,
really.
and it's not. It's not even technically that super bloody. There's, there's parts like their faces. Like when he shoot dude, his face look fucked up, and they're biting people. But it's not like crazy to me.
It's a part in Final Destination Bloodlines. You want me to tell you?
No, because I'm gonna watch it. Because I've watched all the Final Destinations, but
it made me, because I try to stay away from the movies. Because
that's the only thing. Like I don't know. Like I started watching I was gonna watch them all and then watch that one, but as soon as I put on the first one and I remember it's the plane, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm taking a plane in a few months. I'm like, I turned that shit off. I only want to see it. Like I don't want to see it, but I'm cool with the truck. Like, I mean, I'll move if there's a fucking truck in front of me, like a log truck or something in front of me. I'm moving, or a truck carrying something. I'm always moving just because of that movie. But it doesn't bother me to watch it. But the plane shit bothers me. So I don't know if there's anything like that in there. Is there anything with planes? Let me put it that way. Because I know they throw back. No, okay, movie. I'm good then. Because I just can't. I'm not good with flying anyway. I hate flying, and I will though, and I do fly, not a ton, but I fly a lot. So I can't be watching shit like that. Like as soon as I can't watch shit like that, because then I'll get on the plane and I think about it. As soon as I get on the plane, I think about that shit. Shit just comes to my brain. But yeah, I'm gonna watch that though. I'm gonna see what it is. Okay. I think there's so many movies. We only got one IMAX. Yeah. So there's so many movies coming out in the summer. Every week it's a new like big blockbuster coming out, and it's mad movies I want to see, but I can't even get to the movies no more like that.
I don't know. I think it's
like Mission Impossible came out, and I was like, I want to see that.
I think it's a little dry the rest of this month. But Superman come out next month, right?
Yeah, I try to get. I was gonna tell you because Prime has the pre-opening where it's like 2 weeks before it comes out. You can go see it at 7:00. Man, the day they put them tickets on, I went on Prime. It was like 4 seats left, all the way at the front. I was so pissed. I said, I ain't sitting up there.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm just have to wait. The whole theater sold out because it's only one showing at 7 p.m. like 2 weeks before the normal showing comes out. Prime does that every now and then, and there's a discount on the tickets. So, but yeah, I couldn't get them that day. I should have. I think they put it up at like 10:00, and I went on there at like 12, and it was 4 seats in the front, and they probably the only reason they was there because they was in the front. So ain't nobody buying them shits. But it was seats in the front, but they were taken too. I guess them people ain't care. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the reception of the Lil Wayne Carter 6 album. What have you heard about the album? I know you haven't heard everything on the album, just like me. I haven't heard everything on the album. What's your take on some of the people's responses?
Mostly I've mostly heard that it's not good. I've heard people say he's rapping like the rapping is good, but I've heard the beat selection, the songs aren't good, the song structures, the hooks aren't good. I've heard that some people think he's like trying to, I guess, dial back to like his music. Like some of the songs sound like they were left over from projects of the past that he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it. I I've heard clips here and there of certain things. I think I tried to listen to maybe a couple of songs, but I just didn't have the interest. I just didn't want to listen to it.
Same. Man, I love that Peanuts the Elephant. It's like, no, I'm just playing.
I watched reactions.
Yeah, I watched the reactions. That's the only reason I heard that song.
Yeah.
And what's sad to me is it's overwhelming. Like I can't remember an album being this received so overwhelmingly bad. Like I can't remember. And for an artist that I consider to be one of hip hop's top artists, like it's sad to me that he would put out an album like this. Like I don't know, my memory ain't the greatest, so maybe there is another album that was received like this. But I mean, I've seen die-hard Lil Wayne fans, people, that breathe shit, eat Lil Wayne, that are like, this is trash. I've seen, stars, this is trash. Like I've seen people I don't know on the internet, this is trash. Like I've yet to see somebody say it's a good album.
I did hear somebody point out make an interesting point. There was like, we kind of like succumb to hive mind sometimes. So if so many people are saying it's bad, then you might not listen to it. Instead of, if you listen to it, you might enjoy it. In this case, I don't know if that would be.
I don't know. I agree with that. I can agree with that sometimes, and there are people, and I'm sure there's people with this album even. It might be true, but I'm sure there's people with this album that maybe never listened to it and is like, oh, it's trash.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's trash because I haven't listened to but 3-4 songs off of it, so I can't say it's trash. I'm just really giving the reception, what I see the reception as.
Yeah.
And the people that supposedly listen to it, it's overwhelming.
And what I've heard, the parts I've heard, like it's kind of like it didn't make me want to hear more.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. Like I've heard it was trash. I give stuff the benefit of the doubt for one, and I give them an objective listen, as objective as I can, because I know everybody's susceptible to like influence, I guess, of other people. Like once you hear a lot of stuff It's the same reason when I do reviews, I don't look at nobody's video before I do it. Whatever the product or whatever the transform, whatever it is I'm doing a review on, I never look it up to see other people's take because I don't want it to influence me even a little bit. I want it to be straight from my mind. So I can understand that being a thing, but for it to be this much of a thing, I don't think. Like, and hearing the 3 songs makes me not want to go on, or 3 or 4. Well, the 4th song I consider is Peanuts the Elephants because I was listening to the reactions.
But I think like I have been in the instance or the case where I have been in a situation where a lot of people think an album is trash, and I don't think that, and I just disagree, you know. And I didn't necessarily, I wasn't paying so much attention to all of what they were saying. I wanted to hear, and maybe that's part of it too. I can't say I'm a diehard Lil Wayne fan.
Yeah, me
like,
neither.
You know, so, but when he was doing this thing with the Carter 3 and stuff, I was paying attention. He's so good that you couldn't help but pay attention and listen to the good stuff he was putting out.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I was a diehard Lil Wayne fan when he was with the Hot Boys.
Okay.
Like, when he first came out with them, I always pride myself. I mean, I think I have a pretty good ear, and I always pride myself that from the first song I heard with all of them, I was like, he's the one. I always said that. I always said he's the one. And when he turned out to be the one, I mean, Juvenile's Juvenile, but he it's undeniable that out of that group, he's the one. And when he turned out to be the one, I was like, I told you. Like, I told y'all. You know, but so in that respect, I'm a fan, but I can't say I'm a diehard fan of his newer stuff, like some of the newer, like maybe the Carter 3 on. But I did listen to that, and I listened to stuff before that, and it's undeniable his skill. So, but this ain't it.
But I'm saying like, and it's really viral for being bad. Let me see if I can do it. Bad. But like I think it would be cool if he like leans into it, like he kind of leans into it, like
that's
like,
what you told me.
Yeah, like make a video like for the Peanuts the Elephant song, make it like a funny video to it or something. I was thinking if he could, like,
that's all he can do right now. I think that's all he can do.
Recently, I just seen he has Nicki Minaj on a remix of something, one of the songs.
Oh yeah, he could do that. Or he could. I saw somebody said. Who said? I don't know who it was. It was a diehard. It was the dude, white dude that I watched that talks about different stuff. He be in front of whiteboards sometimes and be right.
Oh, okay.
And he talk about like racist stuff and stuff like that. But he's always said, since I've been following him, Lil Wayne is one of his favorite artists, and he's always said that even before now. He said he felt like this was trash, but he was also like, I don't want to say that, you know, because he felt bad. Because he's like, that's one of my favorite artists. But he was saying, he was like, you need to do Wayne Wednesdays and just take all the shit you got on your hard drive, all the stuff that was never released, and just release stuff every Wednesday. He's like, I'll be fine with that. He said, just release a new song every Wednesday for a whole year or something. Because he's like, I know you have to have a bunch of shit and, you know, a bunch of well-produced stuff, too, that he just didn't make whatever album. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like, that's a good idea. That might be, that might take some of the heat off.
What I will say about the reaction to this album is, like, do you have some people that say it's over, like, it's like he can't make a good...
Over for him?
Yeah, he can't make a good album. I disagree with that. I think he could still make a good album. Like, I think he still can.
Yeah, I disagree with that too. Like, I don't think no artist is ever over, unless I think in a beef and you get buried, and you're not a top artist, you might be over. But other than that, I don't think a bad album will make a good artist, be over. Like, he could just go get with some top producers.
Yeah, he raps too
and
good.
make
He's still
some.
too good.
Yeah. Like he needs, and if this don't prove that he probably needs a producer, like he needs a Quincy Jones. Not saying Michael Jackson needed Quincy Jones, but just that type of team. Like he needs a good tight knit team with a producer that is just like fire. Cause I heard even Manny Fresh has like one song on there. I didn't hear the song. I don't think I heard it. I don't know.
Somebody said that was good.
And I could see that. Like Manny Fresh is a good producer. Like so and he knows him. So he probably could tailor something to him. That's what he needs. And I know you brought up a good point. You was like, where's Drake at?
Yeah.
Like Drake could have helped with some stuff or whatever it is. Not you didn't say that about a new. I think you was alluding to that. I wasn't sure if you was alluding to that, but
yeah, like them working together.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Like,
yeah, that's how I took it when you said that. Like, you know, he has good people. Supposedly, he knows he's around good people. I don't know, you know, their relationship. I don't think they're that close, to tell you the truth. I think it's fanfare. Like, you know, you say he has his picture on as his profile or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
His picture, it's a picture of Lil Wayne and his daughter.
But
his profile picture on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say either way though. I'm not going to make that. I kind of take that back because it's just my perception. But again, it could be like the Eminem situation where M just he don't fuck with nobody really. Like he stays home. Like so, a lot of people think the people that he fucks with, he don't fuck with. You know, it could be that. So I'm not gonna make that judgment. But I agree. He needs some. Obviously,
you know,
if this ain't this is obvious. Like he needs something else. He needs somebody else. And I think everybody does. Like I don't think you can make great music in a vacuum.
Like that's interesting because I've heard Lil Wayne say on several occasions that he don't listen to nobody else. He only listens to him. And I wonder if that is real and this is a result.
There's a result, maybe. Yeah. I mean, he said it straight from his mouth, so maybe it's true.
Because I wonder through his perspective, if this is fire, like, but he sees it that way because, you know, like he said, he only listens to him.
And that's what I know. Some of them reactions that I was watching, like dude cut it off, and he's like, "Come on, man." He said he couldn't have been sitting in the studio and been like, "Yes, this is the one."
Yo, when I listen to
this is it.
Whatever I've heard from the album, when I listen to it, he's engaged. Like you like this is like he's into it.
Yeah. Yeah, he sounds like he's rapping, and he sounded like he was in the studio like, oh, this is the shit right here. You know, I'm gonna put it on, and it's like, nah, bro, that ain't it. Like, that ain't the one.
So I might try to listen to it.
I might too. Depends on what's going on. I might at work. Depends on what's going on there.
I'll take it a song at a time. See
what's happening.
You know, I don't know if I can give it a full listen at once. But I might.
Yeah, because I don't, you know, my time is spread thin these days. And if I feel like you're wasting my time.
I want to listen to the fire
stuff. You feel like I'm wasting my time, it's not good.
I'll be like, you come on, I'll be like, dude, next.
and I don't want it to be a case.
But I think he's an artist that maybe, I don't know. It's funny is because all of this hoopla around it kind of makes me want to listen to it.
Hoopla.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it made me I wasn't even checking for it. I didn't even know it came out until like a couple days, and people were like, oh, it's trash. And then I was like, oh, Lil Wayne came out. I think I told you. I think I was like, I didn't know Lil Wayne came out. But it did make me, because I wasn't checking. I wasn't looking for a Lil Wayne album. And
it's funny. It's funny that being viral so much is talked about so much is giving it a novelty or somewhat of a value, kind of.
Yeah, a value, even if it's a bad value, like it's still a value.
Yeah, it's like
because it's still making people listen.
Yeah,
or making people pay attention to it, and that's, I mean, it's the age old, good, you know, good press or bad press, any press is good press. So that's
Because I couldn't tell you what was on the Carter 4 or
I
5
couldn't.
at this point. Do I remember the Carter 4?
Man, I don't tell you the truth. I couldn't tell you what's on none of the Carters.
I could
But
tell you what's on
I
the
listened
Carter
to
3.
1, 2, and 3.
And I could tell you somewhat. I know I'm not a diehard Lil Wayne fan, but I know Go DJ is off of Carter 2.
Oh yeah. Go DJ.
But
I didn't know where that was until you just said something.
yeah, because people, I think diehard Lil Wayne fans would say Carter 2 is actually the one.
Yeah.
Before
I like Carter 2.
Oh, okay.
What I remember of it. Well, I remember looking back in my slow memory banks, in my low memory banks, I can remember liking the Carter 2. Like I can't remember what was on there though, but I can remember liking the Carter 2 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking, yeah, like that must have been a one. I kind of want to go back and listen.
The Carter 3 is what I was paying attention
Carter
to.
3, yeah, Carter 3 too.
Yeah. Lollipop, Mrs. Officer, like all, you know.
Yeah, that stuff I was bumping in the car. Like I was bumping that stuff in the car. I was actively listening to it, even though I'm not like a diehard Lil Wayne fan. But
that was probably his peak for us, like stardom.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Carter 3.
Yeah,
like, he
man.
was hot. He was number one. He was the number one rapper at that time. And then I remember that run. Like he couldn't. The features was crazy. Every feature was good.
Yeah.
He did so many features. I don't know if I heard he did 100 features in a year or something like that.
That's crazy.
Wait, is the first week over? When did it come out?
Last Friday, right? Was
it just came out?
Yeah. First week is it over?
So would the first week numbers be in? You gonna pull it up?
Yeah. 110,000.
That ain't bad.
No.
That's not bad.
He got 35,000 of actual sales.
Is that the number one album? I wonder.
Number 2.
Oh, what's number 1?
Morgan Wallen, country
Okay.
star.
Okay.
Morgan Wallen, holding on to the top spot.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. But I think that's because I think everybody copped it before they listened to it. You know what I mean? Like everybody started listening to it.
Like this Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, I'm getting it. Yeah. Or Lil Wayne, I'm listening to it right now.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like that's when everybody started making the reactions and saying what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why to me, I think what you should look at how an album's doing, I think it's the in between, like the drop off, like how big the drop off is from the first week, the second week. I think that's the true metric right there. Cause I'll be curious to see what his drop off is. Like people stop listening to it, stop streaming, stop whatever it stopped. It's crazy though, because that's how they do it now. It's an equivalency. So I wonder how many streams that is, because it's equivalent to 110 copies. So that's a lot of streams. Like that's a lot of streams.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if he getting a lot of streams on Peanuts to Elephants just because
all the reactions and people saying shit about it.
Yeah.
That shit is just wild to me. Like I've never heard a beat. And it's not even, I mean, the elephant part is crazy to me, stupid to me, tell you the truth. But it's not even just that. Like, that whole beat sounds contrived. Like, that whole beat.
Manuel
Yeah.
Miranda.
Dude that from Hamilton, that wrote Hamilton.
He produced that.
He's and I know somebody said they didn't know he was a producer, but I knew because I had the soundtrack of Hamilton. And I actually like that soundtrack. But his beats are weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he does have a lot of weird beats. Like on that soundtrack, he produced a song with Black Thought, and who else was on that song? I think he's on it. He's on it, and Black Thought. He's rapping on it. He can rap too, but you know his beats are not normal. I mean, I'd say normal, not orthodox, I guess. Yeah. But I just can't see. You going in there, I'm doing a hip hop record, and I'm gonna put this elephant on there, and you listening to it and being like, yo, this is the shit right here. Like, I'm about to kill it. I'm about to murder this shit. Like, I murder this elephant beat. And that shit would drive me crazy too. I only listen to like the first 5 seconds or 10 seconds from people reacting. But I remember that one reaction, and they were like, all right, let's play it. It was like, they was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? He said, what the fuck was that? He was like, cut it off. He was
Yeah.
like, what the hell was that? Yo, that shit is wild. And it happens so much. Like, if it was every now and then, it might even be better. Like, if the elephant was every now and then, I mean, it would make sense, because then the elephant come in and kind of like, but to have it like every 8 bars almost, that shit is crazy.
I might go back and listen to the Carter 3 now.
Man, listen.
I think I'm gonna listen to this. I'm gonna tell you what I think, but
I'm gonna try to listen. I'm
gonna try. If anything, hopefully the wordplay will get me through it. But then some of the songs he doing like a rock kind of thing, to where.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. Yeah. I didn't get to that shit, so I don't know. Yeah, they were like, it's like genre bending. Cause somebody said he should just put out a double album, and then like one album was like rock shit and one album was hip hop. I seen the memes saying Lil Wayne got mad, he didn't get picked for the Super Bowl, went in the studio and then proved to everybody why he didn't get picked for the Super Bowl. I was like, oh damn.
Well,
no.
Can we switch gears and talk about, I don't know if you have any, do you have any albums or music that you do like, that you have listened to and you like and they're good?
New stuff?
Yeah.
No, man. I'm trying to think. Did I listen to anything new? No, I have not. But I did read a book. Let me pull it up because I can't remember the name. Yeah, I forgot. With Prime, you get a book a month. I've been sleeping on that.
Oh, yeah?
An audio book a month. If you have Prime, yeah. Okay. So you get free, you get free Amazon Music for one.
Oh.
And with no ads. And you get a book a month. And I forgot all about that. I knew it, but I just forgot.
Okay.
And where's my book at? Here it is. The Psychology of Money. That's what I've been very interesting book. I'm almost finished. I was listening to it while I was cutting grass. What's cool is he was like, you don't need a 122-page book to understand this. He said I could do this in 50 pages. So I think it's a shorter book. But he said something interesting. How he said nobody's crazy when it comes to money. I know we're switching gears. We was talking about music, but I just thought it was very interesting him saying that, because often in the collecting world, you're here, why are you spending money on stupid shit like that? Like with the Transformers or whatever, whatever it is. And everybody has a different thing that they spend money on that may be looked at as frivolous. And also, everybody's psychology makes them rationalize whatever they do. So he's like, nobody's crazy with their money. He said, if you came up, he's talking about the Kennedys. He's like, the Kennedys came up during the Depression, or John Kennedy did. Somebody interviewed John Kennedy and was like, how was it coming up during the Depression? And he's like, I don't want to sound elitist or I guess insensitive, but he said he didn't feel it at all. He said his dad made more money than they could ever spend. He said, if anything, it was more like they had more money than most people, and his dad would hire people to give them jobs. Like he said, we had more maids, we had more chefs, we had more everybody, because his dad was going out his way to hire these people, even though they didn't need them. They hired them because didn't nobody have jobs. So that was his way of kind of giving back or whatever. And he was like, you ask somebody that couldn't eat during that time, like they're gonna have a whole different relationship with money now. Like then they didn't say John F. Kennedy's kids or something. And I just thought I never thought about that. I never thought. I guess a roundabout way I have thought about that with money, but I didn't hear anybody I guess put it in words like that. Because he was talking about if you grew up all your life and you didn't have any money, when you got money, you would still be either two things. Either you would be frivolous or, you'd be so tight with your money because you never want to go back to that place and people wouldn't understand it. I just think like the psychology part behind all of that. And then he was talking about he interviewed this Asian guy and like he was making $3 an hour working in a factory. And the guy was like, well, it's great for us. He said, because I can afford for my family. He said the only time it feels bad is when you compare it to American jobs. And I was saying that like a few weeks ago because they're looking at it from our lens. Like that would be, we would be in poverty if we made $3 an hour at anywhere. But their government subsidizes that. They take care of their factories. They got a lot of safety regulations, even though people think from propaganda, they think that it's not. They think it's just a bunch of sweatshops over there, but it's really not. There are some, but it's just, there's a lot of factories over there from making shit. And he's like, I'll afford a great life. And people look at me like, what the hell? You making $3 an hour. Well, that's your perspective. So he's just talking about like the different ways we look at money and why people go broke or why they get rich. He's talking about the luck of it all. And I just think it was a really great book. Really, really good. I'm not finished yet, but had a lot of stuff that made me think about how I spend money and make money. I'm like, damn, this is one of, and I bring this up because it's one of the first times I've read a lot of books, a lot of money books, a lot of self-help books, and they've had things in there that I've taken, but not a lot. Like they didn't help a whole lot. I'll say it that way. This is the first book where I really grasp what he's talking about. Like some of the, and that's just a few things what I mentioned, but because I done read like listened to like 6 chapters. And they all resonated with me and gave me some tangible things that I can think about and use in my life. And yeah, so yeah, that was it was good.
Psychology of Money.
Yeah, Psychology of Money. Let me see who's it by. I don't know the person. Morgan Housel.
Okay.
Yeah, Morgan Housel. It's only a 5-hour book, which is pretty short compared to say other books or whatever that I've listened to.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, because I need to start thinking about more. I'm getting older. I need to start thinking about retirements and not necessarily retirement as far as stop working, but like having a good little nest egg or whatever. If I can. I know it's hard, especially these days with everything being so expensive. But yeah, I was like, I gotta start thinking about that stuff more. Getting older. Should have been start thinking about it, but as you get older, you start thinking about it. I don't want to be too late. Like I don't want to be retired and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, or be working 2 jobs still after retirement from my career. Yeah, so. But yeah, I recommend that book to people.
Yeah, I might check that out, and thank you for letting me know about with Amazon, with Prime you get. Amazon Music and a audio book a month.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I always, that's all I use is Amazon Music. Like, that's how I listen to all my music basically in MP3s. But I've been knew that you get the music, but I didn't realize, I forgot about the audiobooks. I think I knew before because I used to have Audible. That's what it's sponsored through Audible, but it's through Amazon Music. But I don't know if I realized that you got a book a month. I just opened it up one day and I didn't feel like listening to music while I was cutting grass. So I was like, let me see what else I can listen to. And it was like, your free book this month is not, you didn't get none yet. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? as far as music, I haven't listened to anything new.
I mean, there's been a few things. I don't know if I brought this up on any other podcast, but On Sight by Coco Jones, that's a fire R&B song.
Oh, yeah, that album I've been listening to.
Yeah?
But I talked about it a couple pods ago.
Oh, okay, we did talk about it.
Well, we
Okay.
talked a little. I mentioned it. I
Okay.
said it's a really nice album.
Okay.
Yeah, that album is nice. That's like a true R&B album, and I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate. Like, I haven't heard R&B like that in a while.
Mhm.
So, yeah, she nice.
Oh, I just let Apple Music go one day, like, cause I think I forget how it went, but I think I was in a place and I heard a interesting song on the speakers, and so I hit up what's it called? Shazam. Did that, listened to the song on my phone, and then it went to another song similar to the one kind of similar, where it started playing songs.
Oh, okay. So you just let it roll.
Yeah, it started playing songs.
I do that. I do that with Amazon sometimes, and it'll go. It'll go, and it'll pick stuff that sounds cool.
Yeah, and I
don't even be knowing who it is sometimes. Right. I don't even be looking like sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Because I got it on. Usually it's on my TV when I do that. Like I'm listening to it through my TV, through the speakers. I don't even have my TV on sometimes, but so I can't see it.
Oh yeah,
unless I go in there and turn the TV on and see it on the TV. But yeah, so I just let it roll. Sometimes I don't even be knowing who it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like whatever. But it's in there. Once you play it, then it's in your like recently played.
Okay.
Sometimes I go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, some of the stuff I was liking, and what I realized that some of the stuff it was picking was like music with like nice beats, but like not too many words, or like just some chanting. And I was like,
oh yeah,
I like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like
that's the stuff I listen to at work when I'm working, because I'm typing, I'm doing forms and stuff, and trying to get people some help. So I can't listen to words. I'll be typing the words on there. Like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, nah. So yeah, I gotta listen to that shit.
Yeah, that was
classical
cool.
chanting.
And then, or then it'll get to the point where it'll play something and I'll skip. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Like we were saying earlier, like I don't listen to too much music no more because I'm listening to podcasts or I'm watching YouTube videos. Yeah, some of this stuff is maybe a couple weeks ago I discovered.
Oh,
like this Destin Conrad and Tizo Touchdown. They got a song called "The Last Time," and it has sounds of like, how do I say, R&B. It's like a straight R&B song.
Oh, okay.
And Tizo Touchdown, his music seemed to be all over the place, but that song,
I don't even know what
I like
that is.
hearing him sing. Yeah, he's an artist. I think he like kind of raps and sings, and he's like a newer version of Andre 3000.
Oh, okay.
You know, kind of like far as when it comes to like
out doing whatever,
huh?
Like doing whatever.
Yeah, like the way he dresses and stuff.
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
I saw a video of Andre and Big Boy kicking it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw a
cool.
picture.
It was cool. They was talking about I don't know what they was talking about. I think I had the sound down, but I just scrolled past it and then I stopped when I saw them, and they was just laughing and like talking back and
That's
forth.
what's up.
I was like, damn. I mean, people say they together a lot, but they just don't post. Like, they just be chilling or whatever. I mean, they've been friends forever, so that's cool. But it's cool to see them together. Yeah, kicking it. I know I seen Big Boy in the studio with owls. He owns owls as pets. Like big fucking owls, like this big. He had one on his arm, and two was like standing on the studio boards. And he's like, yeah, these my boys. He's like, these my boys. Motherfuckers in the comments like this when you got too much money. You just be buying shit you don't need.
Knowing Big Boy, he probably making money off of that.
Yeah, probably. Or he
might be breeding them like he used to do with the pit bulls.
Yeah. Or he like that shit.
Maybe.
Like he's into pets. So, you know, he's into animals. I think owls are cool. Like people was saying stuff and I'm like, why? Because he black? Like he can't be into owls? Like he can't have no birds? Like I think that shit was dope. And them bitches are big as hell. And he's talking about how you gotta feed them, you know, rats or whatever. And I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Have you seen Tyler Perry's Straw?
I have not.
To me,
I heard mixed things about it.
Yeah.
Some people said it's great. Some people said it was good. And then I heard some people say it was terrible.
I think it's good.
I don't know.
To me, it's good. It's
a true story, right?
No, I don't think so. No.
I thought it was.
No, that's not a true. I would bet that's not a true story. But it's thrilling. It's touching. You know, it's entertaining. There's things about it that people can relate to. You know, and I'm probably not the only one who thought this when I started watching it. There's things that happen that make you think this is unrealistic, right?
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, after I said that, I realized that some of those things are actually more realistic than I thought. You know, I don't know if you want me to not give you any spoilers.
Nah, you good, because I probably won't watch it.
I would. I don't know. Are you sure? Because I would recommend it. I would say.
I don't know why. Oh no. They say it's based on real events, but it's not a true story.
I would recommend it, but yeah, there's parts about it.
I'm gonna have to have time to watch it because that's not my type of movie.
Right.
But
I would say if you watch it with your girl, like
she probably watched it already. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did she tell you her opinion?
Nah.
Oh. But yeah, like I actually
would think she watched it already because she know I don't really look at Tyler Perry movies like that. So usually she watches those stuff.
I think Taraji P. Henson did a great job.
Well, yeah, I like Taraji and the stuff that's going on. I just seen so many mixed reviews. I was like, I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah.
But I try not to let people. I try to watch it for myself.
Fun. Yeah.
But at the same time, when I see mixed reviews like that, like I seen a lot. Like I seen a lot of people say it's bad. I seen a lot of people say it was good.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. I might like it. I might be all right.
Yeah.
You know, but then I'm like, I ain't got time right now. I might watch it eventually when there ain't nothing else to watch.
Yeah. So. I like it. I think it was entertaining enough to keep me. Like even when I thought like I don't want, because you might watch it.
Right.
Like for me, what stuck out is like people were just being so mean to the main character. Like everybody, it seemed like almost everybody in every situation was being so mean to her, and I thought that seems unrealistic. But I also thought, okay, well, I don't have everybody's life. Like I don't know everybody's life.
Yeah, there may be somebody out there that is happening to.
Right, and like also there was a couple of things like there's a scene where, and I wasn't paying attention or something during this scene, so I had to watch it again. I had went to the kitchen or something, but there's a scene where she accidentally cuts somebody off or something, like, and then this guy goes off, and it turns out, this guy goes off, and it turns out he's and he hits her car and her car spins around, and like her car is like, you know, stuck or whatever. I had to watch it again. I'm just giving a loose like recap, but turns out he's a police officer, and he comes back and he's all mean, and he's like, yo, don't let me see you again. If I see you again, I'm gonna find a legal way to blow your brains out.
That's wild. And
like, so I was watching someone that I like I was watching someone on their movie review of it, and they were saying the police officer was on 10, and he's on 10 because it's a Tyler Perry movie. And I commented, like, I disagree with that. He's not on 10 because it's a Tyler Perry movie. He's on 10 because black women have experienced things in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, Sonya Massey, and others like have experienced real things, and this is a real concern. You know, like, so that part right there stuck out to me because there's a part in the movie where she ends up in the bank, and I
think I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that part. Yeah,
she ends up in the bank, and they think she's robbing the bank, but she's really not. She has a gun, but it's like she don't want to go outside because she know that officers are outside. I like that, just like, yo, I get that. So I felt that part of the movie. Yeah, that's like a representation of a real thing.
Yeah, that's real. Like,
yeah,
that's real.
And then
people don't have those experiences; they don't know,
right,
or don't see those experiences.
But we see them.
Yeah, I mean, we see them.
Yeah,
like we're conscious of it.
No, but they're on the news.
People, I know, but people don't. Everybody don't see it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody ain't seeing it. You know, there's still people justifying
because
that shit.
Because what other that happened? Sonya Massey, that happened to a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
What other kind of woman does that happen? Have you seen that? Have you seen a story like that about any other kind of woman that she called the police because she thought there was somebody around her house?
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, when she gets there, she has the wherewithal and to say, "Please don't kill me." When they get there,
yeah,
and that ends up happening. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what other kind of woman?
Yeah,
have you seen that happen to? So, yeah. So I thought that was realistic, and then I thought, like the main character is a cashier. And just how mean the people were there. If you see one scene, right? She gets to work, I guess, late, and there's a whole. I never seen nothing like this. And maybe, honestly, maybe there is some exaggeration in Tyler Perry movies, but there was just like one line open, one cashier there, and there's a whole bunch of people. The store's filled with people. This big old line. People waiting and mad, so she get there, and they pull up, and she like, all right, I want to use this coupon or whatever. She said, I want my coupons to cover this or my card to cover this, and she's like, well, it covers this much, but it don't cover these things here. And she's like, and the person get mad, like, anybody else do this for me? I'm like, she like, no, I can't do it like that. And they get mad, and the customer breaks a glass of pickles or something right next to her, like on the ground. And then they're like, and the boss is
I seen some crazy shit though, but I don't know.
So they walk out, and the boss is like, clean this shit up, telling her like, clean this shit up, like, had no empathy for her in the situation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that seemed unrealistic to me. But then I know somebody that described a similar situation, that she worked in a grocery store. And I don't know if there was a customer having mental health issues and attacked a coworker. She was going off or something. No, she was going off. She was yelling or whatever, going off.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to, now this person could have left. Her shift was over or could have took her break. But instead she tried to help a coworker and calm the lady down.
Mm-hmm.
The lady end up attacking her.
Mm.
When she tried to help, the lady ended up attacking her, like physically.
Yeah.
And so after that, the bosses and stuff was telling her, "Oh, I told you to go on break. You shouldn't have got involved. This and that." She ended up getting fired. Yeah.
Oh shit.
They ended up letting her go. It seemed like the police wasn't a help.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Damn, like, you know."
I mean, there are experiences out there that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's wild. Mm-hmm. And you'll be like, oh, this can't happen. Like, this will never happen. And it does. You know, so who knows?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. I might check it out.
I ultimately I thought like, and it has a twist at the end. I thought it was entertaining enough and thrilling enough to make it a good watch. And but yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and just like, I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. So, you know, some of these things I don't experience, like, just because from day to day, most people are pleasant in my work day.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't.
And you don't. You deal with different people too, though.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like in retail, I could believe it. I work retail, and people are absolutely fucking assholes. Like for real. You know. I think that's why I hate now. If I see somebody treating anybody, I mean, I don't like anybody treating anybody bad, but especially like retail workers and servers, like I've done both, and people are absolutely assholes to them.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And it's crazy. And for, you might see one or two, but you gotta realize this person working every day, all day, so they seeing that shit like at least once a week, if not more, of an asshole. Like they seeing people working at Walmart. Everybody that worked there done seen at least one asshole this week. Like and done had to deal with one fucker that act like a fucking asshole this week. I guarantee.
I mean, shoot, when I used to work at Domino's, I seen that sometimes, dealt with it.
Yeah.
I remember one time, this lady I don't know, I forget, she was just like, she was just talking to me a certain way and just complaining and just being rude, and I just was like, okay, yes, ma'am, yes, okay, yeah, I can do that, yeah. And there was another lady looking at me like she was annoyed
at you.
Yeah, that I was,
because you was treating her like she shouldn't have been treated. Like yeah. Now I feel you, because I see people online, like I see the like videos on the internet, and I'm like, dang, I'm glad that wasn't me. Cause I'm glad God know not put me in them situations, cause it would have been a totally different thing. I'm like, you people too patient for me. Like that, that is crazy.
I remember one time this young guy, he had went into like some branch of the armed forces, or he went away for basic training or something, and he came back. So when he came back, this dude was like real, no nonsense, right? He was a young guy, so. He working behind the counter, so this older guy come in and he start being a little rude, and the young guy look at him like, "What you say?" And the dude like straightened up. The dude like, "Oh, yeah, no, it's okay." Yeah.
And sometimes that's what they need. Like people be. Sometimes too, people don't be knowing they assholes. Sometimes, a lot of times they assholes, and they kind of know they assholes. But there's sometimes when people having a bad day or something, sometimes they need to be checked. Like they'll straighten up, they'll get right. Like because people don't understand. It's kind of like I saw in that video where the white dude was like, "Boy, I beat your ass." He was talking to this black dude, and the dude was like, "Oh, I'm ready for this." And he took off his coat. He's like, "Come on." And the white dude was like, yo, that shit was so funny because he was like talking to him reckless. He's like, "Bitch, I'll beat your ass. Fuck you." And I don't know if dude just snapped, but he was like, "Oh, I've been waiting for this all day." He started taking off his coat. He's like, "Yeah, come on." Yeah. He's like, "I've been waiting for this." And dude's like, white dude's just sitting there like, "Yeah, you ain't expect the motherfucker to act like that." Yeah. And dude was big, like the black dude was little. Yeah. And the white dude was big as hell. And he was just like, he was probably like, "Hey, my size usually get me out of this shit. Like, I ain't think you was gonna go here with it." Right. Like, so, yeah, sometimes people need to be checked. Shit crazy. Before we go, though, I want to ask some questions.
Okay.
So, I was just thinking, because we played a game today at our little outing for my professional job. And they had these little pieces, these little jingle pieces with questions on them. I thought they were pretty dope. So let me ask you these questions. Some of them. And I might answer them too. So one of the questions were, you had a choice. Listen to the same song every day. The only one song for a year. You can only listen to one song on repeat for a year, or listen to no music at all for a year. What would you pick? And what would the song be if you picked a song?
Listen to one song
You can only listen to one song on repeat. When you listen to music,
Yeah.
you can only listen to that one song and that's it. Whenever you listen to music,
or don't listen to no
or
music.
listen to no music at all, zero music for a year.
Nah, I would have. I listen to a song.
A song. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said I would listen to a song.
I had to listen.
A lot of people said they wouldn't listen to nothing for a year.
Nah,
I couldn't listen to no music
right,
for a
me
year. I
neither.
don't think.
Yeah.
But one song for a year might drive me crazy. Like
That's
it might drive
I mean,
me
but
nuts.
you don't have to. Just
yeah, you don't have to listen. Whenever you listen to music,
Whenever
it
you
would have
feel
to
like-
be that one
yeah.
song. Yeah, I would. I'll pick that too.
Yeah.
That's cool. So
I mean, you said what song?
yeah, what song would it be? I couldn't pick a song. I right on the spot because we
What
only
if you
had
had to?
we only had a couple minutes.
Like you got to pick a song.
Yeah, but I couldn't because we only had a couple seconds. I had to think about that.
Yeah, but nah. What? Give me a song. You got to pick it right now, or you ain't gonna have no music for the next year. You got 10 seconds. What song? Come on, give me one. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I have no music. No, you know what? I was trying to think of a song with a bunch of artists on, like a posse cut, so I could be like, oh, I'm just gonna listen to this part today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna listen to this part for a week,
Mhm.
then listen to this person part.
Oh, okay.
Like self destruction. Nah, that ain't a song I want to hear.
That's like too much music. Like if I was in a pinch and I had to make a decision right now, I'd probably go with like something more recent, like On Sight by Coco Jones. Cause that's the experience that I've had with that song. Like when I first heard it, I was amazed, and I kept listening to it over and singing to it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I like. When a song got me singing, I want to sing.
Yeah.
And sing like it. So I might listen. That might be the one because that's what I'm feeling. And I tend to be most into music that I'm having that recent experience with.
Oh, okay.
Like I could go back.
But that's because it's new.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a year, it won't be new no more. Like, well, I don't know.
But I mean, anything else, I would have to really think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear that.
And anything else, I've had that long experience with already.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah, that's the thing that I was thinking. Because I was like, oh, it's a couple songs I can just listen to. But I was like, I already listened to. Like, I already repeated them songs for a damn week almost. Like, so I would get tired of it.
It's some
so
stuff.
It would have to be something new.
And like it's some stuff that's so great, but it's like you don't want to listen to it.
You don't want to listen to it every damn day.
Like, or you don't want to listen to it
over
I don't
and
know
over.
if you had this experience. Some stuff is good, it's great, but I don't want to hear it because I already played it out. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. A lot of stuff. All right, so let me think. I'm trying to remember a few of the questions. I'll only ask a couple more.
And I have a question too.
Okay. The one, damn, what was the one I got? I couldn't answer it. Oh, it was like if you could have an assistant for a year follow you around every day, all day, what would you have them do for you? Like one thing. They can only do one thing.
Only
for you.
one thing?
Yeah. They can only do one thing for you, but they'll follow you for the whole year and do that thing. I couldn't pick. I didn't know. At the end of the day, I said driving. I said driving at the end of the day.
To assist me with something.
Yeah. It could be anything. They could do anything.
Oh, I think I kind of got an answer for that. Right now would be like to like read my mail for me.
Read your mail?
Like to go through to collect my mail.
You got that much mail?
Yeah, I got a bag full of mail.
Damn.
That I haven't.
I only get
that
mail
I need
like
to go
that.
through. Like I got them bags that you get from Walmart.
Yeah.
I got a bag full of mail.
Damn.
That I need to go through.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I only get mail like that.
So I think that's what it would be like. Every
Read
time
your
I get
mail.
a new piece of mail, like, oh, what's that? What is about? What they say? Like, oh, what is it? Oh, okay. so I could stay on top of that. Well, yeah.
Well, I guess because you be on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said driving, even though I like driving, but I like to sleep too. So I was like, I could sleep in the car wherever I went. Like, you know, just take a little nap on the way to work. Like, take a little nap on the way home. Like, so I was like, yeah, driving.
Oh, I think I got an even better one.
You wouldn't want them to drive for you? I'd be like,
Not necessarily.
drive this truck.
I would say either the mail thing or be my personal trainer.
Well, yeah, I don't know if that.
Ooh,
Well, I don't know.
I thought an even better one. Like,
I don't know if that would qualify.
be my nutritionist.
True. And that's what I thought. Later on, like, because you only had a couple, you had to pick it, read it, and then give an answer.
Oh, okay.
And we went around. It was like an icebreaker. So we went around. It was like 25, 30 people. So we had to just hurry up and give an answer.
Yeah.
But then later on, I said, cook for me. Like, so that's kind of nutrition because I would want good meals. You know, not nothing bullshit.
Well, I guess my first pick would have been the mail thing, but after thinking about it a while, but
yeah. After you think about it, you ain't had time to think about it. Let me ask one more. Oh, if you could only keep one app on one app on your phone, what would it be?
Only one app?
Yeah, one app on your phone.
Are we not counting the phone app?
Well, no, not anything that makes the phone function, but extracurricular apps like social media, movie apps, or all that stuff.
Damn.
All that stuff. One app on your phone, what would it be?
That's tough.
That is tough, especially these days. I say YouTube, but there's a lot of other apps that I would want to keep, but I think that's the one that I would.
I think YouTube is the one, but I also
because I could do a lot of stuff with that. Watch videos, listen to music. Plus, I'm a YouTuber, so I could. Upload.
But because of the JBP, like I use Patreon a lot too, just for them. Well, I'm.
But you could get some of it from YouTube.
Yeah, but
a
not
little
the
bit
Patreon.
of it, not
episodes.
all of it. Yeah. I mean, you had to go without it.
That would be tough, but
you had to have to pick Patreon. Then you pick Patreon. No,
I think I'd have to choose YouTube. Even though I like the JBP, like you could get a lot. I use YouTube a lot, like.
Yeah, that's like my number one app. When I look in my apps, like the screen time, YouTube is usually number one. And that's only because of twofold, because I'm using it to edit my videos and do all that and upload it.
Damn, that's tough.
Do all that.
Cause that JPP on Patreon, all the Patreon episodes.
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes on there, right?
But then you get a whole lot. You can experience music. You get a whole lot of stuff from YouTube.
got for me, like I got a couple Patreons, but YouTube would be it. I made that decision easy. Not that it would be easy, but I made the decision.
The thing
easy.
about Patreon is, even though I'm only subscribed to a few people now,
you could get a lot of people, but then you had to pay. I was like, nah, I ain't paying for that. I ain't paying because then you had to pay and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I pay for YouTube, but that's $17 a month, so just to have no ads.
It'd probably be YouTube. Yeah, it'll be YouTube because you get a variety of stuff on there. Like, I keep discovering new people and like new stuff I like on there.
Yeah, and it's kind of open-ended, so like your messaging, I think they would let you keep that. Your your text messages. That's kind of like an app. And of course the phone, everything that makes the phone be a regular phone. But all the extracurricular, I think they were talking about.
Yeah, I'm good. Like
social media, all that stuff.
I choose YouTube over Instagram.
Yeah, I would if I have to. Like I really like Instagram, but if I have to, I would choose YouTube. Yeah. That would be it for me.
Any more questions?
No, that's it.
I got one.
What's that?
I thought about this. What's the best thing that you've ever said to someone? It could be like you said, to a loved one, you know, something meaningful. Like the best thing, like it was real, and it communicated. You communicated what you felt perfectly, and it was meaningful, and it meant something to you, and you think it probably meant something to that person too.
And this might be a testament to how poorly I am at communicating. Because I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know what to pick. Like, I don't know. Like, I know I'm not a good communicator. Like, verbally, I can write my feelings. I can write my communications way better, way more than I can speaking.
Let me give you my answer, and maybe see if it'll help you come up with yours.
All right.
But one Father's Day, I told my dad, because my dad is like, you know, successful, like hard worker, you know, just seemed to have it all together, you know.
Yeah.
So I told my dad, and I credit a lot of the good things about me and the good trajectory. What could good trajectory could good trajectory. Good trajectory.
The way
in my life
moving forward.
Yeah, the good way.
The good way you're moving forward.
Right.
The T word meaning moving forward.
Like the good path that I like. Because at one point when I was younger, I felt like I could have went on a different path.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like he came into my life because he's my sister's biological father.
Yeah.
He came into my life, and then I felt like things got better, right? I got better.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I said to him, I'm not as good as you, but I'm as good as I am because of you.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. That would be a dope thing to hear your son say, especially your stepson. I know he's like your real dad, and I don't like using step when it's like that because I have a situation like that, and I don't consider myself a step. But yeah, that's dope. That's a dope thing to hear, and it's funny because I can't remember. I don't know what I've, maybe I did, but I can't remember saying things. I can remember what other people have said to me. Like, I can remember my son on graduation. Like, he told me something that I will always keep with me because it's the first time he's ever said anything like that. Because he's like, he's like me. He's quiet. He doesn't talk a lot. Doesn't show his emotions a lot, like that. And so I just remember. I'm not gonna say it, but I remember that and will always remember that. But me, I don't know. It's kind of sad for me. I'm thinking, and I'm thinking it's a testament to my communication because I don't communicate. I'm not a great communicator. I can recognize that from myself, and I think it comes from growing up. Like, I don't like to put everything on my parents, but they weren't good communicators. I don't think to each other, and definitely not to us. So yeah, I would have to think about that. Could be my memory too. Like, and somewhat maybe somebody else could answer that. like if you ask somebody else, maybe they would say,
yeah.
What I said to them that might have conveyed that. Maybe I'm just not remembering or don't know. Yeah, but yours is dope. Like, that would be a dope thing to hear from your son. Like, it's similar to what my son told me. But yeah,
That's what's up.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. Well, I think that's a good way to end the pod.
Yeah.
That's a good positive
Happy
outlook.
Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. I was just going to say that. I was like, you just brought that up, and Father's Day's coming. This pod will probably be out after Father's Day, but still, it'll be Father's Week or whatever. So, yeah. So if father's in your life or around, tell him what's up. Treat him right. All right. So I will get up with y'all in another Bryson. Good show tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
You too. I had fun.
Yeah, me too. All right, we out.
All right.
Peace.
I can't do it. How you do the heart?
Be safe. Treat people great.